Okay, so I'm live, and what I'm going to talk about is if y'all do not know, there's this. Let me try to fix my focus. I'm going to try to work on a better angle later, but what I'm going to talk about, because I would like for y'all to see more, but at the same time, I'm in a little small space for right now. So, what I would like to talk about is this man. His name is John Ramirez. He calls himself this. Well, he did call himself the son of Satan. I don't know if you guys have heard of him before, but I looked him up a long time ago. Excuse me. I came across him and I was like, whoa. He used to be a warlock, and if you're a targeted individual and you have not researched this guy, you need to do a little bit of research on this guy. Look him up on YouTube. At first, there was like one documentary. Now there's a lot. Okay. So these are the things that I was listening to that he said that he would look for. And I believe these are the same things that game stalkers are looking for because it's all a demonic type of setting. Okay. So, one, females and males. This is really important. I feel like it is really important. Being at the wrong place at the wrong time, which is like kind of a paradox. So be careful with that one because it's like, can you be at the wrong place at the right time? I don't know. It's like a 50-50 there. So be careful with that one. But basically, just being at the wrong place. Females being at the club, females being in a dark parking lot late at night, men too. Same thing. My best friend used to tell me, don't, go to clubs. And I thought that it was just him maybe being concerned about me as a person. And it's not about you as a person, it's about the overall environment. You could be doing all the right things, but when you're around people that have bad intentions, that's when it can become a bad thing. So, Satan or these gang stalkers also look for control of your minds, control of your emotions. This is what he said in order. Basically, your mind to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, your mind, your emotions, and they get all this so that they can draw blood. That's what he said. So saying draw blood, that's going to make you a victim, which means drawing blood from your, friends, your family, as a person. And also, their goal is to take over the neighborhood. He would put his blood mixed with animal blood in the corners of the neighborhood. Then he talks about how he would astral project over the neighborhood. So he's using astral projection in a negative way. And he would basically curse the neighborhood. And that's where you get the corrupt security, the corrupt cops, the corrupt neighbors. Everybody's in on it. These people are, running the neighborhood, basically. Like a drug dealer runs a corner, they're running the neighborhood. So you have these demonic people that see themselves as demonic entities that are running the neighborhood. And in order for them to get promoted, they have to continue doing these bad things, turning people into gang stalkers, turning people against other people, turning people into these bad things. Okay. They want your spirit, basically. And then he mentioned putting you in bondage, distracting you, putting strongholds against you. And in that way, that's where the blood begins to be drawn. And they ultimately, he specifically said, put a nail in the coffin. That's something Candy Grand Prix said the other day, too. But you have to be very careful because these demonic entities, which gang stalking to me represents a demonic entity. If someone's gang stalking you, they are worshiping and involving themselves in a demonic entity, whether they want to or not. That's what it is. When you're doing something to someone that you shouldn't be doing, and to an innocent person that's not doing anything to you, or to even someone who has served their time. Say that they were a criminal, they served their time, they're not participating in criminal activity anymore. And these people are still going after these particular type of people. So that's two ways of looking at it. If you were a former criminal, if you've never been a criminal, and as long as you're on the right path, you're not hurting anybody, you're not harming anybody, nobody should be bothering you. That's not their job. In what way? Because a lot of people say, well, I have the right because you used to be a criminal, or you were a criminal, or whatever, because they say they might attack. And I don't get it, because it's like those people serve their time. As long as they're not involving themselves in that same thing and they repented and rebuke these satanic things, then I don't understand why you're still bothering those people. Especially you're being a part of something that's also a federal crime. So it doesn't make sense. It's all just a game, baloney. So watch out for these people. He said that he started when he doesn't do this anymore, but he said that he got involved with this at 7 or 8 years old. Okay? So be mindful of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. These are tactics to help you, okay? Being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Them trying to take over your mind, constantly in your face, constantly trying to get you mad, because we all know that there's a cause and a reaction to everything. Same thing with your emotions. And their intent is to draw blood. That's a dangerous person. So you might as well look at a gang stalker as a murderer, and an attempted murderer at that. Not attempted murder. What do they call that? Premeditated murderer. These are people premeditating on your life, constantly playing these games and these strategies of how to set you up and how to do bad things to you. These are premeditated murderers. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest about it. If ultimately they're trying to take your life, they're premeditated murderers. These gang stalkers. So, I mean, this man also talked about um, he worships the devil between 7 p.m. and 5 a.m. in the morning. So when you guys are sleeping at nighttime and you're getting these nightmares or these visions, or you're feeling like something weird is going on outside, it's because something is going on outside. They come out when you're sleeping. I've even had people, I wake up from like this weird thing and something tells me, go look outside, and there's somebody outside at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I used to say, I would get up and I would hear that car go vroom really loud, like time after time. I'm sleeping, I wake up from a weird feeling or nightmare, and then I hear that car taking off. This dude was hovering over the house or sitting next to the house doing something. So I'm just showing you some of the things that these people are looking for when they're looking for their victims, and what they're looking to do. What they're looking to do and where they're looking to find you. Now you could be at the right place, but they're just evil people in a place. But if you are at a place that you know you probably shouldn't be at, that's not the healthiest environment, then try to minimize the things that could happen to you by just not being in those type of environments. So I thought that was interesting, and I encourage you guys to look this dude up, and it will show you some of the things that these people would be doing. And how I know this is because yesterday when I was looking this dude up, and these people, you know how they are on the internet when you're on the internet and watching what you're watching. I heard that dude with the car. It was like he started getting back on his duty, like because he heard this video where they're saying if these people who gave their life to Satan don't serve Satan between these certain hours, then bad things can happen to them. So I heard this dude with his car seemed like he decided to get back and go to work. So now he's making noise all through the night and doing all type of stuff. So just know that you might be working for God, but these people are literally working for the devil, and they are committed to working for the devil. And if they're committed to working for the devil until you know, cease to exist or whatnot, which you'll never cease to exist if you're a child of God, you need to fight and never give up. And people will know that you fought and that you did not give up. People won't be able to say, oh, that person committed suicide. Oh, that person was ready to go. Oh, that person is, they're happy in heaven when they wanted to be still on earth. Your people will know that you were a fighter, that you were not giving in. You were not saying yes to euthanasia. You were not. That's not you. You wanted to live, you wanted to fight, you wanted to see the gifts that God would give you on earth. And people cannot trick other people into believing anything else. And that's the power that you show people when you're speaking out and speaking up about these things. Okay, guys. Well, that was another short video I wanted to do. I'm trying to make them short, but then I always feel like obligated to speak for a longer amount of time. And it's just like, okay, I don't want to sound like I'm just trying to fill in the spaces. So I'm going to try to make them short and quick to the point. So that was like 1, 2, 3, 6, 10 things that Satan looks for when they're gang stalking you and when they're trying to just be satanic people in your life. And I encourage people who are being gang stalked to talk more on each of those topics as well, because that's a lot of different topics you could talk about. Okay, well, I'll see you guys later.